Alright, well, hello guys. For those of you who don't like photography videos and would rather see computer builds and stuff, same here. I'd rather be building a computer. But a close second is photography. And this is my 2-month video on my Canon T1i. I've had this almost to the day for 2 months now. And I said a long time ago, I'm not going to do a review in the, in the normal sense. But I'll just tell you my feelings on the purchase and what I wish I would have done and what I like about it and what I don't like about it. And it's really a short list. The only things I wish this camera had that I would be using all the time are an articulating screen, where like the SX20 IS, which I had for 2 weeks and only took back because it had a slight problem and I was going to replace it. But anyway, I'm glad I got this now. But if it had an articulating screen with a hinge at the left side and a dedicated movie start button, so no matter which mode you're in, all you have to do is push start movie and it starts recording in whatever movie setting you're in. That is what that's what this camera needs. And I think they have addressed the movie mode button on the T2i, but they still haven't got the articulating screen on the T2i. I don't know what Canon is thinking. I mean, I wouldn't doubt if there are people who buy a Nikon or an Olympus or something just to have the articulating screen. Canon needs to get an articulating screen on any camera that's over about 300 bucks. They need to put it on there. So that's my only complaint. Everything else about this is great. I love the interchangeability of lenses. I love all the manual control you have with a DSLR. You know, I got thinking just a little while ago, would I have rather have had, you know, a 5D Mark III or whatever these $3,000 cameras are? Honestly, I don't know. You know, if I was a professional and I made my living at it or something, then yes. But I know I'm not going to have this camera the rest of my life. I'll be upgraded. You know, I'll upgrade to the next one in a year or two. And I just can't see spending more than $1,000 buying this and 2 EFS lenses that only fit crop sensor cameras. Is almost going too far, the way I see it, because I'm going to have to find a buyer for those here in a year and a half. So, and I can always keep my EF lens I have, my 50mm, because that fits on anything. But yeah, these cameras are great, and you know, it's done for me what I hoped it would do for me. And I don't know if it's the camera so much or what, or just my motivation that I've had since I got it. But I've kind of had a revelation and kind of come to understand exposure and how to set the controls manually. I thought I understood it when I had my G9, my Canon G9, but I really didn't understand it as well as I thought I did. I hope that's not the case now, but I think I'm really starting to understand the parts that ISO and shutter speed and aperture all play, and where to get your best sharpness and how to use your lenses. And I'm starting to really understand all that. And I'll tell you what was a big help. If you're somebody that's into digital photography and you want to kind of progress further, I'll tell you what's a big help is to read there's books out. If you go to Amazon or something and you look for the best-selling books, I'm not sure if this is still on the list, but one of them is Understanding Exposure by Brian Peterson. Another one by Brian Peterson is, shit, he has Understanding Shutter Speed too, but I haven't read that one. But the other one is Learning to See Creatively or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it is, Learning to See Creatively. I've had those books forever, for quite a while, and I broke them out again a couple of weeks ago and started reading them, and it's kind of motivated me to get out and shoot more. In fact, maybe I'll put a picture up. Just today, I did one, and it's not the greatest thing in the world by any means, but it's just something I did creatively. I pointed my camera at a flower on a bush and chose a low shutter speed and pressed the shutter and zoomed in and turned my camera at the same time. And it came out with this effect. Check it out. So, you know, like I say, that's by no means is that the greatest photo ever, but it's just something fun to do, you know. It's just something fun to do with your camera. And I've been doing other stuff, like I held a wet washcloth above a pot and dripped a couple of drops into the water and caught the splash with the help of my wireless transmitter. That with one hand I held the cloth, and with the other hand I held my wireless shutter release and caught it a couple of times. So, you know, it's just something fun to do. And when you start doing stuff and getting creative like that, it really starts to kind of get fun. And that's what a hobby should be, is fun. That's why we do it. That's why I do it, you know, have hobbies, is to have fun. So that's the name of the game. So anyway, that's my 2-month deal on my camera, what I think of it, and photography in general. If you're into photography and you want to, you know, get into it more or whatever, I would suggest reading those books by Brian. On that same note, I just found out Brian Peterson actually has a channel on YouTube. I haven't watched many of his videos yet, but I watched that one with the flower, and that's where I got the idea to do that. So I'd imagine some of them have got to be pretty good. But the main thing is grab your camera and go out and shoot. Set a shot up, or go outside and just shoot whatever. Just shoot. That's why we have them. That's the good thing about digital cameras, is you're not paying for film. You can go out and take 6,000 shots in 2 months like I have, and I'm not paying for that film. So you guys have a good day. We'll talk to you soon. Peace out.